This video, I'm going to talk about what it takes to craft a new identity after the age of 40. Now, at the age of 40, we're considered middle age. For men, our life expectancy is about 73 years old. For women, it's about 79. The average is 76. Now, when we're entering in our 40s, we've literally finished half of our life, and it's scary to try to create something brand new that we've never done before. It's intimidating. There's a lot of fears and frustrations. Now, for me, I've actually been able to switch my life around. I've been in a career for almost 17, 18 years now, and I'm going into a brand new world of business, investing. I've done it for multiple years, but now I'm taking the leap to go full-time into it. Now, there's certain things that I learned that help me and are constantly guiding me at this moment as I make this big transition. Now, the one thing that most people don't understand is the need to be intentional. Intentionality is really important because if you don't know what you want to do, you'll never get to where you want to go. You have to know what you want. You have to know what you don't want, which is more of a forefront step, which means eliminating everything that doesn't serve you, whether it's relationships, jobs, any environment that actually takes away from your energy and doesn't feed you that positive vibe to continue to grow and expand and explore new things, then eliminate it. Now, you can't just totally give up and let go of your whole life. Some people can, but for most people, generally not. It's a step-by-step approach. And so when it comes to being intentional, for me, I knew I wanted to go into business and investing 10 years ago. And so I took a step-by-step approach. Now, this process has not been easy for me. When I decided to go full-time into business and investing, it was because I actually got injured at work, and I'm deciding to be intentional now, like not to waste my time and try to get another job just to do what I want to do. I'm just going to go all in. And I know there's going to be a lot of frustrations. There's going to be some hurdles and challenges and issues that pop up, but it's not like I haven't been there before. I'm 40 years old. I have enough experience in life to know what it feels like to struggle to find jobs, to figure out who I want to work with, to who I want around me to support me as I grow, and what kind of things I like to do and what are my actual skill sets. So it's not an issue for me to actually be intentional. Especially at our age now, all of us can do it. It's like climbing up a mountain. If you're just going on your first hike or first hill climb, you don't know what to expect. But if you climb that mountain hundreds of times before, you know the fundamentals around it. Okay, watch how steep this location is. Watch out for sliding rocks. Watch where you step. There's a lot of different skill sets you learn along the way that could actually help you and guide you in the direction you want to go. And you just need to drop on that. Even if you haven't gone through a particular pathway, there's little bits and pieces from all your cumulative experiences that you could draw from. The second thing that's very important for me is to understand that I'm still a beginner. I'm a newbie. That's one of the hardest things for any of us that are a little bit older at a particular age. One of the things is just starting brand new. We're gonna look like fools. I look like an idiot a lot of the times. I may look like I don't know what I know. And it doesn't help that I have a baby face. I get that I look like I'm 30, but I'm really 40. And so it's a challenge for me. One of the challenges for me is actually, I always want to prove myself because there's always been doubt. Now, is it really people me or me myself? Who knows? In some cases, it's both. But being a beginner, it's very important to maintain a beginner's mindset, which means be curious. Ask a lot of questions. Go out to networking events and find the people that are doing what you want to do and connect with them. Share with your experiences. Share what you're doing with them. Befriend them, make friends with them, and learn from them. Or even join the networking programs or masterminds. Yes, they're paid. But those paid programs are used to filter out who's the wannabes and the doers in the group. And so I'd highly advise masterminds They can get expensive, but you're getting around the people that are actually doing what they want to do in life and getting compensated for it. Now, how often does that really happen? Not, because most people are actually scared to craft a new identity after the age of 40. People are so set in their own ways that once they're ingrained with the W-2 mindset or a particular relationship or a particular belief system, a way to live, they don't want to change it. How easy is it to undo what you've learned in the past 40, 50 years? It's not. It's difficult, it's challenging, it's frustrating, and it's unlearning all the values, the habits, the morals that you've actually learned from your parents. And so there's going to be a conflict of identities, who I used to be and who I want to be, which is more important, so I could get the result that I want to get. Now, most people aren't going to go through this process. They'll actually hide behind it. I see a lot of people that actually may talk a bunch of game, but they don't live what they speak. I believe that it's important for men to not be men of words or men of action. I believe men should be of actions that prove their words. It's a total alignment, a total integration of what they say, what they do, how they behave, and what they believe. If that's all encompassed in one direction, that man's unstoppable. Now, it's not easy to go through that process to figure out what works, what doesn't, eliminate it, and then redirect it, fill it with something new, and then put it all together as a new melting pot. Even for me, it's still a work in process. That leads me to the importance of consistency. You have to keep going. You can't stop. If you do, you risk losing all the work you've done to get to where you have. All the decisions, all the thinking, all the hesitation, all the procrastination, the worry, all of that was for useless, wasted time. So being consistent on taking action and speaking on what you're doing is very critical, because you are actually effectively changing who you are step by step, one day at a time. It's important to know that your goal is not to be 0 to 100% change overnight. Just change 1% per day. It's habit stacking. It's taking away the bad habits, replacing them with something new so you can become the person you've always wanted to do. Consistency is a way to actually progress. And as long as you're able to track it, and when it comes to crafting a new identity, you can't really track those metrics, right? That's a soft skill. There's a lot of variables, a lot of intangibles in it. But if you wanted to know how much you progress, track it. For example, I'm new to this YouTube game to speak and come up with things. Yeah, there's some editing and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's just eliminating the pauses and some of the redundancies. Now, one of the things I watch for is how many times I say or all those filler words. And as I go through editing my videos, I know that they're reducing in the number of times I actually speak those things. That means I'm making progress at becoming a better communicator and clearly stating what I need to state. When it comes to crafting a new identity, the most important thing to know is just be intentional, know who you want to be curious and have an adventure with it, and stay consistent with it. I'll check you out later. Be easy.